Today I shall tell you a very beautiful story from your book, The Inner Circle. The title of the story is The Boy and the Apple Tree. The story is like this. The apple tree stood at one corner of the field. Nearby was a tiny stream that gurgled along. Many birds flocked towards the tree-laden field, but it was the lone apple tree that stood apart. The tree looked resplendent, as if it was decorated with bunches of lamps in varying shades of red. Ben, a little boy of 4, loved to come to the field and play around the apple tree. More often than not, one would find him climbing up and down the branches of the tree. When the tree was filled with juicy apple fruits, he would pluck a couple of them and eat them, perching himself happily on its branches. After enjoying his favorite fruity delight, Ben would come down, take a small nap in the shadow of the tree, and then return home. While leaving, he would never forget to hug the tree once and say, "Thank you for being my friend. I like you very much. See you again tomorrow." Time went by and Ben grew up. He was now a 7-year-old boy going to school. One day, Ben went to the field for a short walk. The tree asked, "Why are you looking so dull and sad today? Why haven't you been coming to play with me? I have been having such lovely fruits this year." "I am no longer a kid. I don't play with trees anymore. And I am bored of your fruits. I want some toys, and I need money to buy them," mumbled Ben rudely. The tree wasn't hurt. Instead, it said, "Sorry, little boy. I don't have any money to give you, but you can pick all my apples and sell them." Ben's eyes sparkled with excitement. He climbed up the tree, grabbed all the apples, and ran away. He didn't return back to the tree for ages. One day, a young man walked into the field and sat down under the shade of the apple tree. He saw that the tree had a lot of ripe fruits hanging on it. However, that didn't excite him anyway. Then he heard a familiar, friendly voice speaking to him. It was the tree telling him, "Young man, what's troubling you? Come and play with me. You will feel better." He snapped, "What? Play with you? I'm an adult now. I have to work for my family. We need a house for shelter. Can you help me?" The apple tree was happy. It said, "Sorry about that. I wish I had a house to give you. But wait, you can chop off my branches and build your house. If you do so, I'll be happy to have helped you." Once he left, the tree again felt lonely and sad without any leaves, branches, or fruits adorning it. Many years later, on a hot summer afternoon, Ben returned back to the apple tree. The tree was again delighted. "My friend hasn't forgotten me after all," it said to itself. "Come, my friend, play with me. I'm waiting for you." The tree begged of the old man, "Don't you see that I am old now? I can't play with you. I need to relax, and I want to go sailing. Can you give me a boat?" Ben said in a grumpy tone. "Is that all you want? Come on, cheer up. Take my trunk and make a boat. Sail as far as you want to and be happy," said the tree. So old Ben cut the tree trunk to make a boat. He went again, sailing happily with his new boat, leaving his old friend alone. After many years, Ben returned back once again. The tree looked tired, dull, and exhausted. He didn't seem to be interested in anything. "Sorry, my friend, I don't have anything to give you anymore. The only thing left is my dying roots." The tree sounded forlorn. It was the tone that startled Ben. He looked at his old friend closely for the first time in many years, and actually noticed the pitiful state that the once beautiful tree was reduced to. He said softly, "My needs are very little now. I just need a place to rest. I'm tired." As he reached the dried stump, he leaned over it and gave a warm hug. Then he sat down comfortably, stroking the tree. The tree was still glad that it finally got back his once best friend after many years. So this is the story, girls. Now, as I have told you the story The Boy and the Apple Tree, you must be wondering what values can be there in this chapter, in this beautiful story, isn't it? But I would like to tell you that there are a number of values in this beautiful story. The values that we learn from this chapter are: number 1, respect for the environment; number 2, respect for others; number 3, consideration for others; number 4, compassion; and number 5, gratitude. So now let us discuss, and I would explain to you what are these values and how you can use all these values in your own lives. So first of all, I would like to tell you about respect for the environment. What does it mean? Respect for the environment means to appreciate nature and to care for it. So, now, how can we do it? How can we respect our environment? This must be a question coming into your minds. I will tell you. Firstly, we have to cultivate love for nature. This is very important. When we are outside, we have to appreciate the beauty of nature, as nature in every form is beautiful. Touch the trees, feel the leaves, smell the flowers. Girls, you will fall in love with nature. Secondly, we have to learn to take care of plants and trees. We should love animals, birds, small insects, as they are also the part of this environment, as we are too. Thirdly, we should keep our surroundings clean and dispose of the garbage in a proper place. Fourthly, we should avoid plastic that are nowadays very much problem creating issue, and prevent others from using plastic also. Instead, we have to make a habit of using the things or utensils or the articles made of cotton and jute. Lastly, we have to start planting trees more and more so that we get enough oxygen for all of us. In addition to this, cutting of trees should be stopped immediately. If you do not have big garden in your house, you can start planting inside your houses in earthen pots. They will not only create a natural environment in your house, but you will start loving them as your own family members. So I hope, girls, you have understood how to respect the environment, how to love the environment, and how to coexist with the environment, rather how to live happily in the environment. Now, the second value that we learn from this chapter is respect for others. What does that mean? Respecting others means you accept somebody for who they are, even when they don't agree with you. Respect in relationships builds feelings of trust, safety, and well-being. I know that all of you have a family and you respect your parents, you respect your grandparents, you respect your elders in your house, and they love you, so you feel secure. You have a mutual trust in between the family members of your house. So, how to show respect for others? Firstly, we should listen to what another person has to say. Secondly, Secondly, when we affirm someone, we are giving respect. Thirdly, life on earth is about serving others. We should use our talents and abilities to make others' lives better. Fourthly, when we are kind, we can serve better. When we serve, we give respect. Fifthly, and lastly, we should be polite to respect others, and we should thank others when they do something for us. So all these points constitute to form respect for others. I hope you have understood how to respect others, right? Now the third value or the third important virtue that is very helpful for us in our lives is to have compassion for others. Compassion, kindness, right? Compassion means kindness. So compassion binds us with one another. Okay? When we are compassionate to others, we can make huge differences in the world. So, by accepting disagreements, we show compassion. To be compassionate means to not just hear, but to listen to others. We have to practice doing something each day to make someone else's life better. Okay? So, from today onwards, we will start having compassion for others. This really will be very much beneficial for you all. The next virtue, the next value that is very, very important is gratitude. See, this is not just a story of an apple tree and the boy who grew old later, but it highlights the relationships between children and parents. Parents take special care of all of us to ensure happy and comfortable life to us. Isn't it, girls? Your parents love you a lot? Your parents do everything to make you happy and comfortable? Parents sacrifice and compromise a lot to fulfill our demands and needs. The apple tree here is just like our parents. The tree sacrificed all to fulfill the needs of Ben, the 4-year-old boy, and a man later on. The tree provided unconditional love and support to Ben. In this way, we can also serve humans and, most of all, Mother Nature. We have to protect nature to protect ourselves, because if we do not protect nature, we will not also survive on this planet Earth. We should be grateful to nature for all she gives us. Nature gives us a lot of things, right? But we should not neglect her. That we do nowadays. We cut the trees drastically, not seeing the result, not taking care of the outcome we will be facing in the future years to come. But we should not harm her or hurt her. If we do so, if we do not be grateful to her, we will have to face the consequences. We have to prevent deforestation of forests. So in a nutshell, in the story, The Boy and the Apple Tree, we learn quite a number of values, and all the values are very important for your betterment. You will be growing to a better human being if you follow all these values.